Namaskar, welcome to Honest Astrologer. And about my Mahabharat wala question, almost all of you were right. It is about Mars. And Mars is the planet which this country needs badly. Now, coming to the second part, one question which came into a lot of comments: why people with a heavy Shani or a heavy Rahu should not learn astrology? I'd mentioned it in a previous video, and many of you have asked this question. So, not going into technical details, I will still try to answer this in as few words as I can. Look, Shani is a perfectionist. Okay, people with Sun Shani, Moon Shani, or Lagna Shani, I have often seen them have OCD tendencies, obsessive compulsive disorders. So what these people do is they get very nervous about everything. They want everything to be perfect, everything to be controlled. They do not want chaos. Shani is also the planet of discipline, logic, and critical thinking. Problem is, astrology is a very Jupiter, Venus, Ketu kind of a thing. Shani, Rahu are anti-astrology. Yeah. So people with a very strong Shani, they often restrict themselves. They become very ritualistic. That you have to chant this mantra 108 times, mane 108 times, it cannot be 109. Or you had to go for X puja on Y day, if that day is passed, you are doomed. So they become very ritualistic. Second, they create a lot of fear around themselves, first of all, before they pass on that fear to other people. They create a lot of paranoia and a lot of fear. I have a few friends with a strong Shani, and I tell them, boss, do not dabble with astrology. You tell them one principle, they will extrapolate it to Everest. Then they will bind themselves into rituals. Okay, I will not drink water till I go to this temple. Yeah, I will have to take a bath even if it's bloody 2 degrees and I'm suffering from a fever. I will take a bath, I will definitely go. I try to curb these OCD tendencies in my clients, but when these clients become astrologists, unknowingly they can cast fear in the heart of their further clients. So, Ketu, Jupiter and Venus are a little easygoing. ठीक है, थोड़ा liberals हैं ये. ठीक है, if you miss something, that's okay. Do it with all your heart. If it's not exactly 11 kgs, if it is 10 kg, 700, still you can go ahead donate. Shani makes no exceptions. Shani will say, boss, 11 kg, maine 11 kg. Not even a single gram up, not even a single gram down. Second thing, Shani creates cynicism. Okay. You look for faults in people. So once you take up a person's chart, you will tell everything that is wrong in the chart. So it is not that we tell everything that is right, we also tell things which are wrong. But we often try to give them a positive spin. Yes, you have, for example, yes, you have a diabetic gene, but if you will manage your diet and workout, you will definitely not have your diabetes in the early ages. Shani person will say, boss, kuch kar lo, you will have diabetes in your 30s. Similarly, we tell people, okay, you are not good for X, you are good for Y. Let's say somebody comes to me with a chart, let's say second house Ketu. Can I do good with share market? Simple answer is no. And you should not be messing with share market, you should be doing something else. We find what suits them and we tell them. Shani person will say, share market mein to tera diwala niklega. You are going to go bankrupt in share market. And if you even touch a share, things will go bad and you will never be able to accumulate money. They focus a lot on the negative. Rahu brings in a lot of paranoia, particularly people with Rahu moon. I've seen them become very paranoid, very afraid. And as astrologers, they can pass on some of that fear into people. Plus, when you play with invisible energies, there is a price to pay. I do not wish to talk a lot about it in this video. But I wouldn't suggest people with a Moon Rahu combination to mess with astrology. You just do your puja part, you follow your remedies. You do not go out and try to practice astrology. It can backfire you. Another problem with astrology is that it is a divine science. It is not mathematics. It has a broad structure and logic. For example, if you go to an astrologer, it has 90% it is in Shani, Rahu, Ketu, Mahadasha or Antardasha. But in astrology, there are other components as well. 2 on 2 can be 51. There's a lot of complexity. That is why I'm not worried about AI replacing me in the foreseeable future, maybe 50, 100 years from now, who knows. But there is something known as intuition. A machine can never develop intuition. It can develop pattern recognition. They are very good at it. I've worked with a lot of computers in my life. These search engines, algorithms are very good at pattern recognition. Shani people are very good at pattern recognition. But there is sometimes you just feel like saying something to the client, and this happens a lot with me. My father used to say this, and I felt this in my career. At times you tell them, boss, this is going to happen, and when they come back to you saying, sir, you said this happened, we are thinking, yeah, why did we say that? Kyun bola tha? So that is the grace of God. That is an intuition. At times I will tell my clients, okay, you shouldn't be going office through a route that has a symmetry, and the client says, oh, I go through that route. How do I know it? Even I don't know. So it is a divine science. Without the grace of God, without the kripa of East, you cannot do astrology, no matter who you are. Shani, being the hardcore cynic that he is, Shani people go by strict logic. If it is not logical, they will not budge an inch. And they usually lack that intuition. Moon Rahu, intuition ke naam pe they have paranoia. So people with a heavy Shani, Sun Shani, Moon Shani, and people with a heavy Rahu, particularly Moon Rahu, should avoid dabbling with astrology because of their paranoia, fearfulness, over dramatization and negativity. Because Jyotish is a Guru Shani thing. You have to tell a person, you have to leave them hopeful. What I often like to end my consultations with is a simple line कि अच्छे दिन आने वाले. It could be 2 years, 3 years in the future. Or at least give them some hope. If you do this, then you will come out of it. Shani people will say, kuch kar lo, you are going to fall. Right? That's not done. That is why Shani is not considered a very good teacher. Guides, you can have Guru, Shukra, or number 3 for spiritual people, it's Ketu. So Shani, as much as it is a Mahatma, it is a judge. Another problem is Shani judges very harshly. Okay. Shani is the ultimate judge, Nyayadesh. So as an astrologer, you have to have a big heart because people tell you all sort of things. They come and tell you about their extramarital affairs. They come and tell you about their sexual misadventures. They come and tell you about maybe a fraud they committed. They feel sorry about it. They tell you about their dangerous past. They tell you about their bad mistakes. They tell you about their messy divorces, their personal secrets. You have to have a very human heart. You have to have a big heart in order to process all this and still be kind to them. They are humans. I have a Karka Rashi. I feel for them. Everybody who has been through tough times. Shani people will start in a lecture mode. Arey, why did you have to start an extramarital affair? Are you stupid? How could you do that? That is against the dharma and all that. In reality, you need to understand why that happened. You need to understand how the person can come out of it, how things are going to play out. Are they playing with the wrong person? Are they married to a wrong person? There's a possibility. They're married to a wrong person, they found the right one. So, one thing I've learned as HR and an astrologer, I do not judge my clients. Everybody is human. I'm terribly, terribly human. I do not judge people by what they eat, by what they wear, by what they do in their personal life. I do judge them by what their ethics are and how they treat other people. So you have to keep a big heart. I listen to them without judging, without criticizing. At times, you have to become that best friend they can share their guilty secrets with. Shani people will give them a lecture and maybe push some people towards depression. There are times you have to be harsh with the client because at times they would want you to say what they want to hear. That's one of the biggest challenges of being an astrologer. So I'm a blunt fellow. I'm a very blunt fellow. My friends call me that they tell me I have a big mouth, and I'm pretty straightforward. Honest astrologer is my trademark. So honesty is what I do. Honesty is what I do. So while it is honest, it is not brutally honest. It is not cruel honesty. So Shani can be on the path of cruel judging honesty, which is not always great. So as an astrologer, Shani people, please go find something in accounting or programming or data science. Astrology, leave it to Guru Shukra Ketu people. Jai Ma.